Hello, Namaste. This is Nikhil and welcome to PB's Learning Lab. In this video series, we are going to complete the first order, first degree ordinary differential equation and its application. And these are the subtopics which are involved and which we are going to complete in this video. They are differential equation, ordinary differential equation, partial differential equation, linear differential equation, non-linear differential equation, homogeneous differential equation, non-homogeneous differential equation, and constant coefficient differential equation, and a variable coefficient differential equation. And we are going to discuss all these types of differential equations in detail with example. And along with it, we are going to discuss what do you mean by order of the differential equation and what do you mean by the degree of the differential equation. And finally, we are going to cover how to find the solution of first order, first degree differential equations by using the following methods. So variable separable method and reduced to variable separable method, and linear differential equation method, reduced to linear differential equation method, and exact method and reduced to exact method. Chaliye guys, without any further delay, let's move into the concept and let's complete today's task. Let's start with the differential equations. Differential equation is an equation which contains the derivatives of one or more dependent variables with respect to one or more independent variables. Dependent variable क्या है? Independent variable क्या है यार? Guys, right now we are dependent on our parents for food, for shelter, and for clothes, and for studies, and वगैरह वगैरह. But after some time, we need to be independent to exist, to sustain in this competitive world with respect. Guys, be conscious. As you are listening to my video, you are no more a kid. After a few years, you are going to lead your family. So be conscious that you should be independent in terms of finance. Chale guys, let's move into the topic. What do you mean by the variable dependent and what do you mean by the independent variable? See here, let's take a differential equation. dy by dx plus x equal to 0. It is a differential equation, right? Of variable y. In variable y में differential equation है. ठीक है ना? So this y is a function. It's called is a dependent variable. This is y is known as the dependent variable because its value changes with respect to the other values. But x is an independent variable. It does not change its value. It doesn't depend on any other variables. Y is a function. Suppose y is a function of 5x plus 2. As of 2 x का वैल्यू चेंज होते रहती है ना, y का वैल्यू भी चेंज होते रहती है, ठीक है ना? So y is known as a dependent variable and x is called as the independent variable. Got it? चलिए, differential equation मतलब it contains the equation that contains one or more it contains the derivatives of one or more dependent variable with respect to one or more independent variable. ठीक है? And differential equations are of two types. Differential equations are of two types, mainly are of two types. Ordinary differential equation and partial differential equation. In ordinary differential equation, guys, it is an equation that contains the derivatives of one or more dependent variable with respect to one independent variable, not more independent variable. Got it? This is the ordinary differential equation. Let me give an example so that it will be clear to you. dy by dx plus 5y plus 6x equal to 0. It is an ordinary differential equation, right? So it's an ordinary differential equation. Here y is a dependent variable and it is differentiated with one independent variable. So this is known as the ordinary differential equation. But coming to the partial differential equations, here it is an equation which contains the derivatives of one or more dependent variables with respect to two or more independent variables. With respect to two or more independent variable. Let me give an example for it. Dou y by dou x plus dou y by dou z plus y equal to 0. It is an a partial differential equation with two independent variables. See here, x, dou x. Here x and z are the independent variable. We are differentiating dependent variable y with respect to independent variable x and z. So this is an example for the partial differential equation. And let's move on and let's discuss what do you mean by the linear differential equation and non-linear differential equation. Yeah, linear differential equation. The differential equation is said to be linear if no products exist between the dependent variable and its derivatives or between the derivatives themselves. Guys, see in algebraic equation we learned that 2x plus 5 equal to 0 is a linear equation and 5x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0 is a quadratic equation and 5x cube plus 5x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0 is a cubic equation, and so on. In the same way, in differential equation we have linear differential equations. Let me give an example for it. d2y by dx square plus dy by dx plus y equal to 0 is a differential equation in linear, is a linear differential equation of order 2. So here there doesn't exist any product between the dependent variable तो y है ना, and its derivative मतलब y dash, right? Y dash, I mean dy by dx. I will represent dy by dx as y dash. ठीक है ना? So from here I will represent y dash, I mean dy by dx as y dash, and d2y by dx square is as y double dash. ठीक है ना? ध्यान रखना ये. ठीक है ना? In this equation there is no product existed between the dependent variable and the derivative of dependent variable. See y dash कहीं पे है एक term में नहीं है ना, and there is no term which contains the derivatives themselves, product of derivatives, that is y dash into y dash कहीं पे है. Then it is a second order. It is not the, we are not multiplying dy by dx into dy by dx. We are differentiating dy by dx with respect to d by dx. So we get d2y by dx square. ठीक है ना? And coming to non-linear differential equation. No, nothing but differential equation is said to be non-linear if products exist between the dependent variable and its derivatives or between the derivatives itself. That is nothing but d2y by dx square plus y into dy by dx plus y equal to 0. Here the product exists between the independent variable and the derivative of independent variable. So this equation is said to be the non-linear differential equation. That's it. Homogeneous differential equations. The equation is said to be homogeneous if it involves only the derivatives of y and the terms involving y, and they are said to be 0. Let me give you an example, guys. Y double dash plus x into y plus y double dash plus xy dash plus y equal to 0. It is a homogeneous differential equation because there is no other term which does not consist of y. इसमें तो y के अलावा कोई terms नहीं है ना separately. So this is known as the ordinary homogeneous differential equations. Let me give you an example for the non-homogeneous, then it will be clear to you. Y double dash plus 6y dash plus x square y plus 7 equal to 0. See here, this is a non-homogeneous differential equation because it contains the 7 as a term which does not contain in terms of y or any in terms of any y derivative. So this is known as the non-homogeneous differential equation. This is the homogeneous differential equation. And coming to constant coefficient and variable coefficient differential equations. Constant coefficient differential equations. The equation is said to be a constant coefficient differential equation if the functions of y and its derivatives are multiplied by the constants. Let me give an example. Y double dash plus 6y dash plus 7y equal to 0. It is a constant coefficient differential equation. See, y double dash derivative है ना, y का derivative. So it is headed with 1 and here y dash is the y derivative, it is headed with 6 and is a y is a function and is headed with 7. All are the coefficients are of constant. So this equation is said to be the constant coefficient differential equation. Right? And coming to the variable coefficient differential equation, here coefficients होगा ना, एक coefficients के जगह constants के जगह we need to write the variables. That's it. The function of y and its derivatives are multiplied by variables. X लिखूंगा यहाँ पे e power x. ठीक है ना? So this equation y double dash plus x y dash plus e power x y equal to 0 is a variable coefficient differential equations. For constant coefficient differential equation and for the variable coefficient differential equation, there are separate methods will be there to solve the differential equations. ठीक है ना? And finally, before concluding this video, let's do one or two problems such that we can identify what is when linear, non-linear, homogeneous, non-homogeneous, or ordinary or partial. Right? D cubed y by dx cubed plus 3 d square by d2y by dx square plus dy by dx plus 7x y equal to 0. Firstly, let's check whether it is a linear or not. All the powers of this differential equation are of 1, right? 1, 1, 1. So it is linear, it is not non-linear. And coming to homogeneous or not, all the terms having y or y derivatives. There is no term which does not involve y or y derivative, right? So it is a homogeneous. So right now it is a linear. It is linear and homogeneous, right? It is linear and homogeneous. And all the coefficients, see here, coefficient of d cube by dx cube is 1, is a constant, variable. So it is a variable coefficient. If there exists any one coefficient as variable, then it is known as the variable coefficient differential equation. So variable coefficient differential equation. So totally this is said to be a homogeneous linear differential equation with variable coefficient. लिखते हैं यहाँ पे, देखिए ना guys, this is an equation and this equation is said to be homogeneous linear ordinary because there exists only one independent variable. We are differentiating y dependent variable with respect to only one independent variable throughout the whole equation. So it is known as ordinary differential equation. Linear ordinary differential equation with variable coefficient. These are the basic concepts which we used to come across while solving the problems regarding the first degree differential equation or second order or higher order differential equations. Throughout the concept in M1 and M2 used to get all the topics which we discussed. These are the basic concepts. ठीक है ना? Thank you guys. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Sorry, our channel.